Sorry guys, our camera died. What is the thing about me that you like the least?
Leah used to always see herself differently to how she was, and I know everybody does that, but like
it was quite extreme.
It was very extreme.
It, like, we went on holiday to Mexico and I had I was tiny, like absolutely tiny, and I just I went to boot camp like 4 or 5 times a week. I ate clean for months, and when we were in Mexico I would still look at myself and be like, I look disgusting. It was kind of like I seen a different person like in the mirror when I was looking in it. Like I couldn't see what everybody else seen when they looked at me.
Aye.
And it was just very negative. Like it just wasn't.
No, it wasn't nice.
And it wasn't nice, and it was a horrible way to think of yourself. Like see now it makes me feel. Everyone has off days where they're like, I look shite today. Like I like stuff like that. But it was just very like. I think it was quite a dark like.
It was sad.
Like
when you think about it,
like. I think now obviously I've just got older and like I'm kind of more comfortable in myself, like that I'm not going to be like a size 2.
You wouldn't suit that, like
no, like I
get,
just
like bigger boobs, a big bum.
You've
proportioned to how you should be.
I'm just me, and that's just the way I am. There's nothing wrong with that, just because it's not the same as like someone that's really really slim. Like
because I'm very petite, and like
I used to compare it all the time,
and I'd like, we're not this, like I don't have big boobs, I don't have a big bum, I'm very
it was like we were,
I'm small.
You always want what you've not got. Like I
of course.
think people really do like kind of lean towards
compare
that.
yourself,
like you do compare yourself to
others.
others, and I think it was just there was like bits I seen in Cara and like other girls that I wanted. But then there was bits of me that Cara was like, well, I would want that, like, and it was just like I was just in not a very good headspace with the whole thing. And I think you just hated me speaking so negatively about myself.
I really didn't like, but like she couldn't obviously help it either. But I think it was more so when I would try and tell her, she would never listen. But like, see, whenever we were on a night out and maybe like guys make stupid comments, and he would say something, she would be like, so it's true, I'm fat, and I'd be like, why are you listening to a stranger like over me, like your best pal who speaks to you every single day, and you won't listen to me? And I think that's what thing it then started getting more annoying, because you were listening to every single person. I was like, so what I'm saying just
doesn't mean anything.
But like, until she knew that, there was nothing like I could say.
And it's, I think, like you can say something like over and over, like nice things to someone over and over again, but that one time you say one bad thing about them, they'll always remember it. And people tend to like remember negatives more than positives.
Of course you do.
And I just wasn't in a good place. Even with like food and stuff, I was not in a healthy place with it. Like I never want for my kids, I don't want I don't want to create like a bad relationship with food for them. I don't want to be like label foods as bad. Like everything's fine in moderation, and at that time I couldn't see that that if I had one bad meal that I was going to put like loads of weight on, and like then I wasn't like I connected how my appearance to my self-worth.
But like, not to get into it, from a previous relationship is why you were that way.
Aye, completely. Like I don't want, like when I have kids, I don't want them to date until they're a certain age, because it really affects you. It really affects your mental health and like how you see yourself, because that's the years you're becoming, like learning who you are.
Aye.
And like if you believe all these negative things someone tells you over and over and over again,
who's meant to love you,
you're going to think they're true. And that's what happened for me. I thought all these things were true, and like I think it's just took for me to obviously grow up. I'm 24 now. Like this was still an issue for me a few years ago. Like it's not been something that's happened overnight where like I'm just like, it's not that I'm confident, like I've got confidence, but like I just think I love myself a bit more. Like I know I'm not perfect, but no one is, and I'm okay with that.
Got stock stuck now.
Yeah.
Take a shot, you're like a shot after that one.
Deep, homie.
I'm fucking deep. But we also don't say, like now, like we'll maybe bring up Leah's past relationship, and she doesn't go into it because she doesn't, like, so there's no need to.
It's in the past.
And it's as if, like, it probably sounds like I get really annoyed because, like, that person, like, maybe still cared about. I don't give a fuck. Like, not in a bad way, but it was just more so, like, when somebody hurts your best pal, that sticks with you.
You'll
like,
never forget
now
it.
I know you don't care about that, and I don't care, but it's more so that
It's
I'm
more,
like, the things you said and did to her, this affected her so many years later.
Yeah.
And you don't get, like, you wouldn't have cared.
No, you wouldn't have.
Do you know what I mean? So that's why I think it, like, gets, like, it
Like, see, if
as
someone
them.
had done those things to you, I would be the exact same way.
You would?
Completely. Like, I know I would, and it's just...
That's maybe why I would just get annoyed and all. Because I'd be like, out of everybody, why are you listening to him?
Aye.
Like, out of
And it wasn't
everybody.
even like... I'm very much neutral on that situation now. Like, I don't wish badness, I don't wish good, I don't think about him. But...
I see him sometimes and I'm like...
No, but like, I just... Nah,
You just grew up.
it was years ago.
It's
It was literally years
that
ago.
way as well. I think, especially, like, there's been loads of things that you've had to grow from. That's one big thing that's probably, like, in hindsight now, it's helped a lot. Like, if you didn't go through that, not that it was ever nice and I wanted to go through it, but if you didn't, you probably wouldn't be as, like, if somebody to say something to you now,
I
you'd
wouldn't
like,
be...
hold on.
Like, now,
Do you know what I
see if
mean?
someone had, like, ever spoke to me that way, I would nip it in the bud straight away. I just wouldn't put up with it.
Aye.
But I think if maybe I hadn't went through all that, I would have been more of a pushover.
Aye.
Like, I would have still been a pushover. Because
Aye.
I was.
You were?
I just I let him treat me like absolute shit. And that's not being like all the full time I was treated like shit. There's obviously good parts and bad parts. Looking back now, obviously the bad outweighed the good. But like, I was blinded by it. I didn't see it. I didn't think it was an issue until I was out of it. Like,
to answer whatever question that was.
what was the question?
You got a wee story time on that
I
when,
know.
like, if I've ever been annoyed with you.
Oh, aye, okay. Now I'm 24 and like me a few years ago would never be able to do this, like, without critiquing every inch of myself.
Aye.
Like,
Which is a big thing, like, that's what we always say. We said it in our last video, like...
it's just, and we are very particular people, like, we are quite, like, self-critical, like, we're our biggest critics, but it takes a lot, I think, to, like, be able to watch yourself back and hear your voice all the time and not be like, oh my god.
Aye.
That's not saying, like, there's not videos and I'm like, oh my god. Like, there's clips of me and I'm like, why have I got a double chin?
Aye.
And it's because I'm, like, laughing.
Aye.
Or, like,
That's
I'm
kind of
sitting a
right.
certain way. Or, like, do you know what I mean? Like, there's obviously, everyone's got stuff about themselves that they don't overly love. But I wouldn't ever have put it out there and have people think that I wasn't this perfect.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? You would want people to
This
see...
is probably the perfect time to do it because now we're just a bit more comfortable.
And
We're
ourselves.
we're just quite raw with the truth. Like,
We're very honest about ourselves.
genuinely, like, people will go to us used to our nuts and I'm like, I'm not lying. What you see in these videos is
This
us,
was
like...
completely, you could ask literally...
we couldn't hide how we'd be.
No,
We're
you can't.
absolute weirdos. Like,
but like all our family members like that have watched these are like, we just love that these are just yourselves. Like we're not
it'd be
any.
too hard to try and, like...
I'm awful at lying. How would I
Exactly.
do that? Like short
No.
laughing
Oh, this is for me.
for you.
It says, what's the most unflattering school picture of you? If you could find it, you need to put it in.
Oh, I'll
wouldn't
put
you?
it in.
It is atrocious.
It's funny. And like Cara's sister got them like printed as like props for a photo booth at Cara's 21st.
She didn't have to, I walked in and they had them on their face and I was like...
And the one of you is Ken. That was hilarious.
I went as Ken one time for
Halloween.
Halloween. My mum went to Forge Market and got me a wig and
Why were you getting you? Do you pee in the shower?
Aye.
Aye, all the time.
Who doesn't?
It's going away.
It's run
You're getting
away.
washed anyway. What does it matter?
It gets run away. It's good.
It gets run away.
It runs away. It runs away. What is the most childish thing that you still do?
Sleep with a big plush Pikachu
She does.
every night. every single night.
I really didn't know what you were going to say.
I was so squishy.
It was when she had
my wisdom teeth
and she couldn't sleep on like a pillow.
I couldn't
and
lie.
Chelsea has one a stitch and she kept lying on it and she was like, this is perfect. So she bought Pikachu and it's actually
like Pokemon was my favourite like thing growing up. Like I absolutely loved it. And I had like a Pikachu backpack with like straps. Like I loved Pokemon. Me and my brother used to trade Pokemon cards. Like I loved it. So I just bought a Pikachu one from Argos and it's like the best thing I've ever purchased, I think, in the whole of 2020.
Who is someone that you pretend that you like but you actually really don't like them?
Oh, I can't fit that in. You know who it is.
You can't fit that in. I should have thought of that one. Okay, I would say. I would have said
at that point, no, like at the
there's
time,
still a little bit that I'm like.
No, there's obviously still a wee bit that you're like, you're a bit annoying. But like,
I'm trying to think. It probably like I think I'll drink this for me and you as well. I'll choose that one.
Do you know what it is? It's like
it's just something.
It's the situation that came for that. That's the reason.
So we'll leave that one there. That was a good one. Like I like ones like that because it's probably got watchers like.
Thank you, but I don't know if you would out me.
Right, okay.
Who do you think sluttier, me or you?
You. 100%.
What do you mean 100%?
You can do more. You can move more.
Move more. Didn't know if you would out me. On a Chanel.
Who's Moria Ho?
Leah.
There's one here and it's like, what's the worst date you've ever been on?
Oh. Take that fucking chance. We've actually, well, Ed and I realised how much I randomly break into song, and do you know what? I've just connected the dots. Me and you do that a lot.
We do that a lot.
Sloan now does it.
Sloan does it.
And just the other day she came up to me, she was like, Cara&Leah, I love you. And I think that's why she does it. It's because we sing and talk all the time.
It will.
And see if she does it and we're like, ooh, get it girl.
Get it girl. Get it. We do.
And we like break it into songs all the time, and I think that's why she does it. Because we see ants and like I like kind of didn't sit on my seat properly, so I like went into the cinema, so I was kind of like hanging off it, but I didn't want to like fix myself in case he thought I was moving closer to him, so he would put his arm around me, so I just hung off the seat for an hour and a half.
How weird.
I know. No, I was like 10. It wasn't even a date, it was like we just went to the cinema, but he was my boyfriend.
I know mine, but
short.
I can't say it, can I?
No.
Well, we're not together, let's say that.
Bye. Fucking Lord of the Rings freak. Who was your worst kiss?
I know exactly who it is.
So I know exactly who mine is.
Oh, that was bad, I know.
That was bad.
Because we've kissed the same. That's when you were younger, like younger.
No,
How many people are the same person have we kissed? Are the same that we've kissed? 3 people. I know that might be a bit weird because like, but it was like before we were
like
this
years
close.
ago, and like everybody like in our school, like boys were sluts.
By the way, I'm gonna lie, I have to have a few bad kisses.
So
something like that, but me, and there was probably at one point I wasn't a good kisser because at the very first time you've no idea what you're doing.
No, you've not.
Like no idea what you're doing.
But
ever. But I can remember.
I remember.
I won't say who it was, but like he was much taller than me, which wasn't hard. Like he was just so much taller than me, and like no, I said like when you were younger, you maybe like put your hands just on your hips, or like no, like that's what it was. Like no, I didn't. He bear hugged me, so I just stood like this. I was stuck. I felt very uncomfortable. So I will show up because I would, but I've had a few.
I've had
the
a few.
The first one you said, I didn't like it.
No, it was wet.
No, mine's is just.
Mm.
And then I heard like a rumour about him.
Ah!
And it made me like, and tried to touch me.
What?
He tried to touch me.
Where?
I fucking slapped him.
I'll show. No, I've had a few, but I'll show.
I've had I like that one was funny. I like when my mum, because I think we'd said on one time in a video like we would do like stay at a show at it, and she was like, Cara, I'm not telling you what to do, but behave yourself.
Behave.
And it's not because like we're bad, she just knows we're full of carry on.
Aye, and like I do think like
Once like it's out there, it's out there.
aye, you can't take it back.
No. Me and Leah just got up to like so much mischief when we've got drinking.
Oh, I love
We're
it.
full of carry on. Like see the intro, and it's like me and Leah, like Leah does this. We're pissed in
That
that.
was at Cara's auntie and uncle's house.
Like we,
And
that was mum.
all our aunts and uncles were just sitting laughing at us too. We were like singing ABBA.
Aye.
Did you ever have imaginary friend growing up?
His name was Toby. My mum always thinks it's weird because I know exactly what he looked like, and she was like,
I'm not being
but it was
funny.
imaginary.
You were a creepy bastard.
He had brown hair and he had a bowl cut. I also got to the point where like, my mum will tell you that when she told you, like, nobody was allowed to sit next to me at the dinner table, and she'd put dinner out for him. That's a fucking creepy.
You were a creepy one.
Let us know if anybody else has had an imaginary friend.
I didn't have one, I don't think that I can remember.
Honestly, he had
But
a
I
brown
used to
bowl
kid
cut.
on my like dolls and like
Could
stuff
speak
like
to
that
you.
were real.
Aye.
Like, but that was
That sounds more normal than me. Being like
Aye.
Toby.
Toby.
My sister used to be like, she's a creepy bastard.
Yeah, creepy bastard.
One was like, what's the most illegal thing you've ever done?
I'll tell you, but I can't say it on that, am I? I went for a fucking grad job.
That info has to be confidential, sorry. Have you ever had nits?
I've these head nets.
Like, wait, why are you asking that?
I'm sorry. Everyone as a child had nets.
One was, have you ever had like a crush on a friend's boyfriend or girlfriend? I have. I have. Aye, everybody did at one point. Now?
No.
Now, no. Oh, did when she went out with him?
Aye.
I forgot the question there. No, like,
So I'll show
aye,
it.
but like, aye.
I think there's a difference between fancying someone and finding them attractive.
I'm like just like appreciating them.
I didn't fancy that person. I just thought they
it
were
was really
attractive. Like, whereas you fancied.
I did.
Sure.
Aye. You were young, but it's not as if you'd be like, oh my god, you would go with your pal boyfriend. No, you
No.
weren't even that close of pals.
They weren't, it was just for acquaintances. That's a good question. What's something you do, you like prepare that makes you feel attractive, like sexy?
I do need to be tanned. I know that seems a bit, I don't know if that's a bit,
I would say like I need to be like completely shaved, like no hairy legs, anything like that, like just.
I just don't feel attractive with like my, like.
I just think I need to be like I like to feel well groomed, and then I feel confident. That's what it is.
Aye. This one says, it says, who was your first kiss? And also, like, was it good? Like, do you still, are you glad that person was your first kiss?
Pretty neutral. I don't think about it anymore.
Oh, I remember my first kiss, and it was.
I do remember it. Like remember it. I just was like confused there if it was like.
I would say like a proper kiss. Aye.
It's not something.
It was my first kiss, so I had no idea what I was doing. Like no idea, but like. It was a nice boy, so like I don't like. It was a nice first kiss. Not that like. Not the kiss, but then a nice person, like to thingy, like the first
I feel
kiss.
the same.
It was nice. It wasn't like, and it was more, it felt like it was pure set up. So like everybody was watching me and I was like, oh, but he was nice. Like he was nice about it. So it was nice in that sense. He's just a very nice boy. Like
he's nice
even now,
and out. He's just lovely.
Even now he's very nice, and him and his partner are dead lovely now. What age were you for your first kiss?
13.
I was 13.
About 13.
I was like first year.
First year at high school.
And I remember it was because like...
No, but I remember... Oh, this isn't bad. I'm really out of myself. Right, I remember everyone, like, when I came to high school, everybody was like, so you've had your first kiss? Like, that. And I was like, yes. Because I had, like, pecked.
Well, that was me. I thought I was the same.
And I was like, aye. And everyone was like, who'd you kiss? And I said... And he was like, no, I didn't really properly kiss her, and outed me.
I remember saying that now. Oh, like, I had that, like, in primary, I had, like, pecked somebody in the lips.
And you think...
I pecked 2 people in the lips. Look at me.
Slut!
But no, like, first, like, but I remember I pecked, and then, like, I think he, like, tried to give me a real kiss, and I was like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, I panicked.
I remember.
And I, like, there was a classroom assistant that shouted at us, and the head teacher phoned my mum. She went to the head teacher and was like, Cara and Thingy were like kissing behind the school. I remember I was in the toilet and she came in and she was like, I think she was just a bit like, why would they phone you? Like why would they phone me over that? Like it was a peck, like type thing. She didn't actually, like, she didn't shout at anything. She was just like, I won't tell your dad. But like, see when it's like, oh, was your first kiss good? No.
You don't do, like, you don't know if it's right or wrong.
I had no idea what I was doing.
But like, you don't see when people are they, like, at the time when you were like, were they a good kisser? You'd not to compare it to. So you don't know. They were like, aye, sure. Like, you don't know if it was good or not.
You were just like,
you're just like, oh my god, I'm so good at that.
I used to watch Angus Songs and Perfect Snogging to know what to do and what not to do.
I hate that scene with Danny Dyer. No, Dave, no. Not Danny Dyer. Dave,
Not Dave the Laugh.
No.
I know the Nugga.
I've read all the books.
Have you?
Aye.
I used to love that because I used to fancy the pants Sophie Aaron Johnson.
Have you seen his wife?
Aye.
She's old.
She is, she's very nice.
I've read all the books. And there's like Angus Thongs and Perfect Snogging. There's another one that's called It's Okay I'm Wearing Really Big Knickers. Ever been dumped?
I
have.
Aye. Is that way? Good fucking
First time.
madness.
And then it was me.
I've been dumped. I've never like went out with somebody like
like
on
you've
dates.
been like seeing them.
I've had that like guys have just stopped texting me.
Aye.
I've had that.
You've been ghosted.
Been fucking ghosted. I mean, I've ghosted them all.
Aye.
I mean, it's not nice, but like.
No, I've been dumped.
It's more. Do you know what? And it's more awkward when I'm like, I have no idea what else to say. Like, this isn't go. Like, what do you think is like the most attractive thing about a guy? I find that a wee bit hard. Like,
I find that hard because I think it depends on the person.
Who it is.
I find that very difficult to like
narrow
down. So like with Martin, there was just always something between the two of us. And before we were dating, like we've been friends for years, but I don't know, there was just always something. It's strange.
And so I like, there's not one thing I could pinpoint. Like,
no, I would
because
say,
there's maybe like when I was younger, there was different things that I was attracted to different people. Like,
do you know what I think is very nice hands?
Clean.
Short nails. Hygiene.
Hygiene's a big thing, but then I think that's the most attractive.
No, it's not the most attractive, but it's an important factor.
I think it's really attractive, like when someone's very like family oriented.
I
love that.
I actually quite like a boy that wears jewellery. I like that.
Aye. It's weird, but because there's maybe one thing I go, you would suit that, but then maybe you
someone
would suit
else
that.
Wouldn't.
It's funny.
It's strange. I think good like sense of style and like dressing well. Like, see if someone looks put together, you just want it.
I don't have a type though.
I don't either.
I really don't.
If someone can keep you entertained, it's like half the battle. Because looks fade, like they really don't last forever, and like things happen. Like I was really like sick for a point in time when we met together, and I probably looked like shit. They still loved me because they loved me, not my appearance.
Aye.
You know what I mean?
Aye. And like styles change, so like.
Aye, so like when we thought we looked banging, we didn't.
Oh, God love them.
God, like we looked shit, probably.
Like they kind of just not the same.
But like the boys,
like,
it's different. Like
we can wear makeup and like we can
makeup styles change, hairstyles change. Like I thought I was the shit wearing like a geek top when I was like 14. And going,
Been like, mind updates that.
Remember geek glasses were a thing as well?
Yes. I'd be like, I've just got my glasses. We used to just be, we were just specky. So we're like, should all just copy.
I didn't get called Ugly Betty every day in first year for nothing.
Aye.
I mean, I've specky.
I know.
With a full fringe. But that is us for today's video.
I know.
Hopefully you've got to get to know us a little bit better.
Hopefully it's good things, like we were just asking some
little funny
questions. These are fun, we'd maybe do like another one in a few weeks maybe.
And like someone could send us in questions.
Aye, well maybe because like last time we asked assumptions, so maybe the next time we could be like, say a shot at questions.
Like juicy questions.
Aye.
You don't think we'd answer.
Because you never know.
Because we probably might.
It's just a bit of fun. Like,
and I don't like when people do them and they're like,
I'm not answering them.
No, it's not that they answer it, but they bleep the whole thing out.
Aye.
What the fuck's the point in that? Shot it.
Like there's sometimes we've been like, but like it's
because we're shotting it anyway, we're not telling you.
No. And there's just some things that we can't say names.
No, and like,
and it's what I think as well, but like
that's that other person's privacy.
That's that, of course, I like things like that, so no. And like, why should we come on here and say their names?
I know, it's weird. So that's us for today.
Yeah.
I hope everyone's enjoyed. If you've got any video suggestions, leave them below,
please.
Yes. And any likes, subscribes and comments are more than appreciated.
I know.
We're absolutely loving doing this.
We really enjoy it.
We love it so much. It's like kind of girl time every week. It's so fun.
It's just fun. Like
fun.
We might do.
And we just love it. So
we do.
That is us, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers,
Cheers guys.
Take care.
Bye.